Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ameerah K, and this video I am very excited for because I know I'm not the only one suffering with this problem. So this will be my beat the heat makeup tutorial for the summertime. I absolutely love the summer. I hate being cold. I love when it's warm. I love when I can have my feet out and open toe shoes and sandals and the cute little fashions and things like that. But when it comes to makeup, I am just a ball of sweat, and I can never manage during the warmer months to keep my makeup on my face, regardless of the setting spray or how 24-hour proof the makeup is, or whatever it is, whatever claims long lasting and things like that that the makeup has. For some reason my face just doesn't respond well to it. So I actually been telling myself this summer I really wanted to find a foolproof, or at least 98% proof way to apply makeup, still be cute, still have on, you know, go through my regular makeup routine without feeling like I can't wear makeup when it's warm because I'll just sweat it off. So I wanted to share this routine with you, and hopefully if you do suffer from some of the same issues that I do, then hopefully this will be beneficial to you and your makeup routine. Before we get into it, of course, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed, as well as clicking the bell button so you are notified every time I post new uploads to my channel. So yeah, let's just get right into this beat the heat makeup tutorial. So I'm already starting with my brows done. I put some primer on, I put on a color corrector. I usually just go through that off camera because it takes me a longer time. If I did that on camera, all of my videos would be like 45 minutes. So I just did all that prep work off camera. And for the eyes, of course, you guys know I prefer to do my eye look first, so I don't have to worry about powder or anything like that getting on my foundation. I thought this would be the perfect time to use the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. It's been all the rave here on YouTube and also on Instagram, all the social media sites. It's been a lot of controversy about this palette. I played with this once, but I didn't really give it a official review on my channel, so I wanted to try it out here. And I think this is such a pretty color palette here. I really like these shades here. My first impression of it though was that the shades kind of all look the same a little bit, with the exception of Ashes, which looks a little more eggplant purple, but the rest of them definitely have that burnt brown reddish sort of tone to it. And I get it that that's the color theme, but they're very similar. But it's a very beautiful palette, and of course it comes with a mirror like the rest of the Naked palette series, so I'm all for that. You guys know I do not like a palette without a mirror. I feel like that is very disrespectful. I'm gonna start out with, I think I'm gonna go with Low Blow, which is a really pretty transitional brown sauced. Right next to it is a really good brown as well, but I think I'm just gonna go with Low Blow. It looks a little more tan, and this is a really good mirror for eyeshadows. I wanted to put this video up now because I was just watching the news, and they were like, it's going to be a heat wave where I'm located for the rest of the week, and I'm just like, y'all have got to be kidding me. So usually the summertime coincides with a lot of events. People have a lot of events outside and things like that, and I mean, for the most part, it's not like I wear makeup every single day, but when I'm going to a special event, or I'm, you know, really stepping out and want to be cute, I want to be able to wear makeup. I don't want to feel like because it's hot that I can only put on like a lip gloss and an eyeliner or something. I really want to go in like I usually go in when it's cooler in the fall and stuff. So I thought this would be beneficial to you guys. It took me a really long time to figure out what products worked for me and how to apply my makeup to make sure that it wasn't being eaten up by how much I sweat. One thing I've been doing as well is going in with the Basha White Charcoal Mattifying Setting Spray, and I've been using this sort of as a prep spray on my face because it's supposed to be super mattifying, and I can tell when I put it on top of my makeup that it's super mattifying. I've been going in with that before I put on a traditional primer just to matte out my face, just so I have a very dry base and that those sweat glands are kind of being suppressed. I think I want to do a halo eye, so I'm gonna go in with this last shade here, and this is Ember. Really pretty, sort of deep brown, shimmery gold. Well, not really shimmery, it's more like a foil. And I'm just going to focus this right on the outside. I'm going to go in with He Devil, which is a really pretty matte, like burnt orange. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. And I'll be layering a foil shadow on top of this, but I really want it to pop. So I'm going to put down a base first. My bad, y'all, completely started and forgot to turn my camera on. I'm using Dirty Talk, which is a foil. Like if He Devil was a shimmer, it would look just like Dirty Talk. And I'm putting that right on top of He Devil, and I'm really layering this on. So I want that inner corner to be a little deeper, so I'm gonna go in with Ashes, which is probably the deepest shade in this palette, and I'm just going to deepen up that inner corner so the halo shows a little bit better. I'm gonna go back in with He Devil just to blend out the top a little bit. I don't want it as structured. I want it to look kind of hot and smoky. So I'm using a light hand and I'm just blending out that line at the top. I'm gonna get back into the eyes, of course, after my foundation and all that is done. And the first thing I do differently when it's warmer is go in with a powder underneath my foundation. I actually tried this after watching a few videos online, of course on YouTube, and I experimented with it, and I think it really helps, at least for me and the sweat that goes on in my face. So I am using the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. This is in the shade Medium. I don't really use this a lot. I was actually supposed to be using this when I bought it a long time ago for an actual setting powder, and I just never got around to using it. So I'm actually going to use this on my face, and I'm just using a puff to work it around. I'm not using a ton, but I'm definitely putting it in those areas that I sweat a lot. I sweat from my nose and my forehead, my upper lip, and I'm also putting it on areas that crease. I like this particular powder for this reason, because it's so finely milled. It's really, really fine. So even when I'm not as neat as I want to be with the puff, patting it on my face, it's so small and it's so finely milled that it really just blends out in my face. So I really like it for this particular purpose. Instead of a traditional foundation, I'm going to go in with a tinted moisturizer, and this is from MAC. This is their Studio Moisture Tint, and it has SPF in it, which is really, really good as well. I haven't used this in a while. Let me make sure, shake it up. And I'm going to put this I'm going to treat this like a foundation. Obviously it's way lighter, the coverage is way thinner, but I think it'll still work out. I'm going to mix it a little bit with the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation, and this is actually one of the, it'll just give me a little bit more coverage. I'm not the hugest fan of tinted moisturizers, but they do help when obviously it's warmer and I don't want to go in with a super thick foundation. I thought initially when I started having problems that I would just use a super thick and stiff foundation in order to keep me matte throughout the day, and it just didn't work. I tried Kat Von D, I tried Estee Lauder's Double Wear, I tried the Lancome Tint Idolay, and all of them just, my face just sweated them all off. So I thought maybe a tinted moisturizer would be the best way to go. So I'm just gonna blend this out. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I've really been liking this concealer, particularly during this time of year, because it's so matte and it gives you a lot of coverage, even a small amount. So I've really been liking this. I actually use like 3 colors because I wish the color range was a little better, but right now I'm going in with caramel or caramel, and I'll be putting on biscuit and a touch of ginger. So it's very, very soft to apply, and it works well with tinted moisturizers and pretty much any foundation that I use this with. Not a lot of concealers work with every foundation, at least for me, and especially since this is a tinted moisturizer foundation that we're using today, I really want the concealer to give as much coverage as possible, and I'm a big concealer junkie anyway, so I really want to highlight this area of the makeup. I don't know if my camera cut off or not, but I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Cacao, and I'm using this to contour. I was trying to explain, I think I was explaining it to my camera without it recording, that I like to use a super small brush when I'm sketching out my contour, because it kind of reminds me of drawing. Obviously, since you're redefining your face with light and shadow, I like to go in small first, and then once I have a matte down, to really blend out and go in with a bigger brush. I'm gonna get back into the eyes now, and I'm going back in with Dirty Talk, and I really am just going to put this under, right on that lash line. I really want it to look fiery and smoky, so I'm going to drag this right along the lash line. I'm using the Sigma gel liner in Wicked to give myself a wing. You guys know I love this stuff. I really want to smoke out the bottom a bit, and I'm trying to decide between He Devil and Un Fuego. I'm gonna, something is telling me Un Fuego, so I'm gonna go in with that very, very lightly. For bronzer, I really want something super rich and kind of orangey. I like that in bronzers, so I'm gonna go in with the NYX No Filter finishing powder, and this is in Deep Golden. I really, really love this. If you haven't picked this up, I know they have a bunch of different shades. I know they have a really good contouring shade for deeper skin tone, but this is so good if you're into like a rich bronze. Look at that. I just love how rich it makes my skin look. For mascara, I'm just gonna pop on this Dior Pump and Volume mascara. You guys know I've been completely obsessed with this lately, and this tutorial is no exception. For blush, I really want to stay in this orangey burnt red family kind of thing that the Heat palette has going on. So I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaboration palette, and I'm going in with this shade here, and I'm just lightly patting that on. I'm going to tap a little bit off, and I'm going to mix it with probably a little bit of brown, just so it's not too crazy. I do want to be a bit more glowy for my highlighter, so I'm going to go in with the LA Girl 80 watt. If I look a little wet, I just sprayed some Fix Plus, so I'm going to tap this on. I was playing around with this earlier, and this is very, very bright, so I'm going to use a light hand first. For lips, I'm going to go in with MAC's Lip Liner Auburn. And for lip, I'm going to go in with CoverGirl's Temptation lipstick. Lastly, for your setting spray, make sure you're going in with a mattifying setting spray. This will keep you drier longer and your makeup in place a little longer. I've really been liking the Basha white charcoal mattifying setting spray. You have to shake it up to make sure the white doesn't get on you or your what you're wearing if you are wearing your outfit while you're putting on your makeup, which is a bad idea. But this really helps. So guys, this is the finished look. I hope you like it. I'm completely in love. I really love this turban style. I decided to do a turban because I think this also plays into beating the heat, having, if you are Muslim or you just wear scarves, having a scarf style that is just no fuss. Overall, I think the moral of sweat proof makeup, if you do have a high sweat problem like I do when it gets warm, is tinted moisturizer for sure. If you do have a foundation that for some reason you don't have a problem with in the summertime and it doesn't cause you to sweat like a lot of my foundations do, by all means use that foundation or use whatever products that you've discovered through your own use are sweat proof. But for me, a tinted moisturizer was definitely the way to go. I mixed it with a little bit of foundation just to give myself a little bit more coverage, because the tinted moisturizer isn't the best for coverage for me, so I mixed it with a little bit of that. Definitely use a SPF. Powder is your best friend, and a matte setting spray is definitely your best friend as well. But I think that this tutorial altogether really hopefully helped you guys in seeing that you can wear makeup during the summertime, even when it's super hot, even when it's a heat wave approaching, and you don't have to compromise how you have or how you do your makeup for that particular time period like I was doing for the last few years. So I hope you did take something away from this. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel, as well as clicking the bell button so you're notified every time I post new uploads to my channel. Again, I'm doing a Q&A really soon, so if you haven't given me your questions already, comment down below. You can hit me on my Twitter or my Instagram or Snapchat and let me know what questions you would like me to answer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and took something away from here, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.